I made a video on this fish. I told you, okay, I told you in 3 months' time. Today, they are clocking 3 months, and I told you last. I think in last video I did, we had an average kilo of 3.333, and I promised you to show you what you will get. Why this is important is that because it's important because I told you, for those of you that got in my book that I wrote, I titled The Silly Choices, Happy Business, and the Happy Trading Start. I told you about how to weigh your fishes, to know the percentage, the average weight at the particular given period. So what does it tell you? This will tell you if you are going to make profit or not. You need to know if you have to make profit or not at a particular period. So what I want to do now is I would like to know what average kilo did I get after giving a percentage of fee. That will tell me that how effective is the FCR, that is the feed conversion ratio. How effective is the feed, the fish accept the feed. That's what I want to test now from this, and I want to weigh this feed back. Because I told you this feed is meant for a party, and today is the party. So I'm going to offset them here, and I would like to weigh it to tell you what we have for now. In the previous video, the bigger one we have there is about 600 grams, and I'm going to take out the bigger one now to see what we have, and we are going to weigh it to know the average kilo we have in just 7 days. So this is the process. I told you, if you want to do this, you will need to take the business and you will need to know, you have to pick 5 of the smallest one, 5 of the smaller one, 5 of the medium one, and 5 of the bigger one. So now I want to pick the smallest one, and the smallest one now. One, two, three, 4, 5. So in there, I just pick the 5 of the smallest one, and I will be picking 5 of the medium one. 1, 2, 3, in here we have around 9 kilo. This is about 8.8 kilo, and the calculation will be 8.8 8.8 kilo. Let's know 8.9 kilo. 8, okay, 9 kilo. 9 kilo divided by 15. So what this is telling me now is that it's telling me at 6 months, at 3 months, I'm having an average kilo of 600 grams. Yes, that I'm having an average kilo of 600 grams. then just a 5.8 or 5.9, 600 grams, I have 600 grams here. So in here, I have 600 grams, and then for 3 months. Note, in here, I overstocked, but what I did is that I tried to make sure that I change the water on a daily basis so that I can prevent them not from overstocking and congestion. Two, sometimes I feed them once in a day because of my busy schedule. What I'm trying to do now is that I'm trying to encourage you that if you know how to feed, the pattern of your feeding, and you are not overfeeding and underfeeding, which is very, very important. All that you can get into my guides, how to overfeed and how to not to overfeed. So once you follow this guide, these are what you do. Make sure that you don't feed to saturation. I'm not in support of that. People because one, if you feed to saturation and maybe you congest the pond and the fish start having maybe a little fight, you're vomiting what you feed them, overfeeding, they will vomit it. So make sure that you know the appropriate range of feed you give at the particular period. So in there for 3 months, I have went over like 600 grams for 3 months. What I'm saying that I have a lot of clients that achieve more than this. And this is what we call pure clearance. This is clearance. This will tell you the difference between if you're having an hybrid and you're having a clearance. If you're having hybrid, maybe you stock hybrid from a launch size, and you can achieve this size, perfect. But if you can't achieve this size at 3 months, some of my clients have 800 grams, this is 600 grams flat for 3 months, average kilo. So I think this is a very good result. This will tell me now that in 4 months, I'll be achieving more than this in 4 months. Look at this fish in 3 months. This fish is around 1 kilo lost in 3 months. You can see this fish is above 1 kilo in 3 months. So if I can achieve this in 3 months in this minus tank, in this little tank in 3 months, I can achieve this to give me 1.2 kilo. It has good weight. So what do you think you can get when you have a bigger space? Maybe for those of us that are using an earthen pump, or you are using a concrete or a tarpaulin pump, and you understand what they call sprinkling and good water, the management will be there as well. So you can apply this to your business. I don't know why you should not make good profit on this business. So I can achieve one, and I told you something. Remember, I told you I feed 1 time a day. Majorly, I feed 1 time a day, and I can achieve 1.2 kilo of these things in 3 months. And I can have an average kilo. Watch through my video. You can go back to my video. I'll put it by my side now as we are watching. You will see when I made this video earlier that I achieved 600 grams. I think this fish then, I weigh this fish then, I think this is the one. I weigh this fish then, it's about 600 grams. And now I'm weighing it, getting like 1.2 kilo, 1.2 kilo. So you can see yourself. You can see what I got. This is 1 kilo, and this is 2. It's almost about, it's above 2. You can see it's at the middle. So this is not happy party. This is not 2. So in here, I can achieve this in that third period. So that really means you can achieve more and you can do more in the business. What you really need to do is that you need to understand the principle. And note, this fish start the accounts from juvenile. It started accounts from juvenile. It's not fingerless and it's not post fingerless. They started the account from juvenile. And I told you guys, if you really want to start your account, make sure that you start your account from juvenile. If you collect fingerlings or you collect their book, make sure that you raise them to juvenile before you started your counting. So don't start counting your fishes for fingerlings. You'll be making a lot of mistakes because at the time I'm achieving this at 3 months and you stop fingerlings, I bet you are going to achieve that in 4 months or 3 months. You are going to achieve 3 months, 3 weeks. That's when you are going to achieve this. So, because if you feed your fingerlings very well, they will give a very good result of what we call of juvenile in just 3 months. So, you can achieve such results and you can be happy whenever you're having your wishes. So what I'm telling you now is that this is how to weigh. And if you are, I'm talking about hybrid. Hybrid, since if I can achieve this in 3 months, if I should keep this fish in 6 months, I bet you I'll be having 2.8 or 3 kilos on this fish. Okay, I'm a businessman and I'm running my farm for just 6 months, and I can achieve an average kilo of maybe 2 kilos for 6 months. Who told me I'm not successful? So I'm just distinguished and differentiating between you having a hybrid and pure clearance. What hybrid can do, pure clearance can do better. Depend on how you do your management. People talk about the debt, the ruggedity, the cannibalism. I tell you, what can really cause this is that it will overcongest. If you don't feed as when they will ever feed on themselves. Once at a wound, and if you are feeding, make sure that nobody spread feed. Don't spot feed. If you spot feed, they will come to that cluster to start fighting, to start dragging feed. With this, they started injuring themselves. And by the time any one of them has a wound, this will automatically affect them for attract them to this, and they started cannibalizing or feeding on the other one. As you know that fish love feeding on themselves very well. So today I'm writing up this video to you to tell you you can achieve good results of this kind of issues in 3 months. So any other questions you have, please make sure that you contact me. Because these are going today, but if it's available, I will tell you what I achieved in 4 months. But this alone can tell you the gap. Make sure that you manage your water well. Change your water. Fishes need good water, quality water. Change your water. Give them good food. Don't give them junk food. Give them food that they needed. Nutritional food that is growing. Sometimes you may go to maybe like concentrate your food yourself. And if you don't know the nutritional balance, that means it is very, very important you have at least 6 to 7 of the amino acid profile that buffer the growth of your fishes. If you don't have that at least 7, they are 9 to 10. But if you don't have 7, this may not perform well on your fishes. So the truth is that understand your concentrate. And if you don't understand your concentrate, make sure that you get my book that I tell you the quick formulation. The quick formulation tells you how to formulate your food yourself without giving you stress. So once again, if you need any copies of my ebook, if you need the hard copy, it's expensive, you can call me, I'll do that for you. But if you need e-copies, which is a fast download link, there's a fast download link like capsela.com. There's a link you see it on the screen. The link will tell you where to go. Click on the link and you take it to my product profile on Seller. Click any of the book you pay to Seller, download and read to understand it. Very, very important. And if you want to ask me personal with me, my number you see on the screen is my WhatsApp number. Talk to me on WhatsApp. I will give you details of our available group and I'll give you the practice anywhere you are. You can pay to Western Union MoneyGram anytime. You can pay to Word Remit, any of it. You can pay to my domiciliary account directly. This you can read to understand anywhere you are. So to me, fish farming is still one of the most profitable business in aquaculture. If you really know how to do it better. Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure that you share, you like, make sure that you watch to the end. So thank you and God bless.